This study is a survey of just under 1,000 Gen Zers who self-identified as having anxiety. We were curious to see how they handle their anxiety, how 2023 is treating them in that respect, and more or less what they do to cope and manage their anxiety on a day-to-day basis. The study was really interesting in that it turns out that anxiety is a daily battle for just over half of the Gen Zers that we interviewed. About 1 in 3 take medication. Of those, 83% of them take it daily, and they start at an average age of 19. Looking at different anxiety triggers, one of the big ones is the very nebulous yet also terrifying future. Finances, work, social activities, and relationships are also major triggers for anxiety. These Gen Zers oftentimes cope with anxiety through doom scrolling. Just over half, about 54%, said that they spend excessive time on social media or doom scroll as a way to manage their anxiety. After that, about 2 in 5 said that they eat unhealthy food. Just over 1 in 3 cope using cannabis products, including edibles, vapes, anything like that. About 32% use alcohol to help cope with it. But then again, there's also a large amount who are trying to do more healthy things like walk, engage in creative pursuits. A little over half are seeking professional help in some way. I think it's a double-edged sword because these Gen Zers spend a lot of time on their phones. A lot of them get anxious just when they can't have access to their phone. But it's also a place where they can find people experiencing the same things, right? A little under half, about 46%, said that they wish that society was a little bit more empathetic to where they were at. Uh, Over 1 in 3 said that their families weren't empathetic, but maybe being able to make community online and through social media is one way that they can really find that empathy elsewhere. 37% said that they felt that their phone interferes with daily activities, work, and relationships. So clearly there's something about being on the phone that's sort of preventing them from being able to like live their lives and be fully present in their day-to-day activities. In surveying the Gen Zers, they said that one of the biggest ones for them was walking or taking a hike, just going outside, stretching the legs. That's always good. A lot of people also indicated that they engage in creative activities. 53% are getting professional help, so that looks like therapy for a lot of people. There's nothing wrong with seeking therapy. Obviously, it can be very, very helpful for a lot of people. Other people have referenced exercise and regular sleep and eating healthy as like other ways that they can manage anxiety. Like many of us, the holidays are both a wonderful time to, return home, maybe see some family, engage in some great traditions, but it's also a time of great anxiety. About half of the Gen Zers with anxiety that we surveyed said that the holidays makes it worse. 43% say that they eat more during the holidays because they're anxious, and almost 1 in 4, 23%, said that they drink more during the holidays because of anxiety. And, already in the fall, right, we conducted this survey in September. 1 in 4 are saying that they're planning on skipping some holiday festivities to help cope with their anxiety. We surveyed these anxious Gen Zers on their top triggers around holiday anxiety because, of course, like the holidays make people anxious, but that can be for a lot of different reasons. For 50% of them, it's financial pressures, right? This is the youngest generation. They're closer to being just out of college and in the beginning of their careers, so money is tighter. Obviously, cost of living has been a problem for more or less every American this year, speaking for myself at least. You also see things like social gatherings and parties can really trigger social anxiety. That's true for about 41%. Family gatherings represent 40% of Gen Zers, citing that as one of the reasons why they're anxious. And then, of course, there's always those like hard conversations at the holiday table. And 39% of Gen Zers say that that's one of the main reasons why they also get triggered during the holidays. You look at the top causes of anxiety in how we surveyed Gen Zers, and it's general public followed by crowds, right? So I would say, especially after COVID-19 and the tense nature of being in a crowd that represented for a while, it's a little bit difficult to be back in the mix with the public. After that, you look at bosses and coworkers and acquaintances are also major triggers for anxiety. So there's clearly like a lot of social elements to this factor of anxiety for Gen Zers, which is a little bit consistent with the fact that when it comes to making phone calls, and as a millennial, this definitely resonates with me as well. 3 in 4 Gen Zers get anxious making calls or talking on the phone. We surveyed, I believe it's 997 Gen Zers who self-identified as having anxiety. About half struggle with it daily. 43% have panic attacks at least once a month, right? So this is definitely something that is persistent. It's something that is frequent for Gen Zers, and it's something that's really, unpleasant to have to manage through. And for 54% of them, they're saying that 2023 has made their anxiety even worse.